Well, these newer shops, it's like they don't want to work or they don't know what's.
Well, they just do what the computer tells them to do.
Okay. An hour and 30 minutes is way too long for you guys to sit here and watch us work on a Jeep. So we're going to cut it into a two-parter. We're going to make you watch half of it and then go to the other video and watch the other half. So when we start working on the Jeep and compressing all the information I want you guys to have into a video, it just gets too long to sit if you're not interested in what we're doing. If you're interested in doing it and you're doing it along with us, then hopefully you'll appreciate the length of the video because we'll go into everything that we do on the Jeep. So that way you understand we had a problem here, we had a problem here, this went smooth, this went smooth. So that way there's no, wait, how did he do that? Why am I having a trouble with this? Why am I struggling? And most videos just skim right over it as if everything goes together perfect. Well, we all know that doesn't happen. So these videos do seem to get long. We apologize for that, but I'm not going to apologize for putting in as much information as I can. So I really appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully you guys watch the second part of this. And if this is a second part, go back and watch the first part. So enjoy. Maybe grab a couple drinks and some popcorn and maybe a dinner. We'll talk to you guys soon. Hope you enjoy this. Welcome to part 2. I'm glad you guys made it over here. Part 1 started getting too long, so while I was editing it, so we decided to break it up into 2 parts. So this is part 2 of the control arm or link bars or whatever you want to call them on a Jeep. The arms that go from the frame down to the suspension. We went with a beefy setup. And then we decided the steering also needed to be upgraded because he ended up going to watch the video and it'll all explain throughout the whole entire video. But thank you very much for making it to part 2 of the 2-part series. So I'm going to go back to editing and we'll see you at the end of the video. Oh, your favorite?
Yeah.
Counter pins.
I love these things. At least these aren't nearly as rusted up as mine were.
Yeah, yours.
No, those are only 3 months old.
So this was Gabe's ball joints. That one's still decent. You feel how solid it is.
Right.
That's
Wobble.
That's his upper.
Those came with new split keys, right?
I don't know. No, they did not.
Is it in the bag?
I didn't see them in there, but it could be.
Did I just fuck this one? Yes, sir.
I think I got another. Oh yeah, no, it has some new. It has new ones.
But, serious.
What? Is it that funny?
It is. It is. Look at the size of the hole. Look at the size of the bolt.
There you go. Well, that's gonna give you tons of
God
money.
damn.
So, can you see this right here?
If I can get a label to give.
Oh, that's sweet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is factory,
Right.
Yeah.
right? So they put a hose on here, which pushed this back and crimped this hose here.
Oh, okay.
This is the hose that ended up being kinked because they just put another hose on here and ran it to the bar.
So glad you saw that because that could have blew up your transmission.
Yeah.
Got less than 1,000 miles on it.
Never had one, huh?
That's kind of, you want to get a little, maybe a tap on the, you want to put a little nut on there?
Never had one that didn't release from that.
Always time for one. Did it.
Ah, you son of a... The clamps are loose. It's just needs to be.
There you go, becoming Tin Man. Go the other way.
What? Oh, I'm going because it's.
Mine's all the way in.
It's almost. Otherwise, we're going to be almost all the way in.
Yeah. Well,
We could hold off until we get it kind of built.
yeah, we can kind of mock it up and see.
Other way. Then we'll go that way, the other way, this way. Should be opposite, right? Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. You may put this one on.
Yeah, what? I don't know. I don't really have to look for it.
Does it go from the top side or bottom side?
Bottom.
Mine goes
Yeah.
bottom side.
Yeah. They're both bottom side.
Oh God, it's harder on me. Fuck. Got it.
I'm gonna get the other side. I'll put it on.
That probably hurt him then.
That's it.
It's on.
Turn it towards you, towards the driver.
There we go.
I'll go full extension on full turn to one side.
One side.
Okay.
And then crush the shock all the way.
Yeah.
Pull it out just a quarter inch, half inch, and then. Once you get one done, then I'll feel how hard it is. Wow, that's tight.
Yeah. It's on.
That's tight. Never got them that tight. These are weird. These holes are up so high that it's not even going to go into your castle nut.
Are the stock castle nuts taller than these? Yep, same thread.
Okay, let's go with the big ones.
Right.
Is that one encapsulated or is that one?
No, it's above the nut.
Okay,
Yeah.
so replace them both.
Yeah.
What about the upper one, Kevin?
No, it's
It's good.
yeah. else it doesn't like hit the radiator hose.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's a little high still. That's still on the point.
What am I looking at? Oh, okay, yeah.
There we go.
You got 60-year-old eyes. He has 20-year-old eyes. Remember when we were 20, Kevin?
No.
Holy crap.
I don't think I'm.
You don't think you're getting full lock? Okay. Let me grab your your sway bar mount. Because when you're going full turn, you're hitting it.
Where's it?
At least I think he is.
Wait,
Turn full driver, Kevin.
what am I watching?
Watch this and this.
No, it's not hitting. There, I mean, you got like barely any space, but it's not hitting.
Okay. So I guess you're locked.
Yeah. Uh,
That's all the way.
I mean, could it be that the steering box just has an internal stop?
Stop?
Yeah.
Maybe because this is your stop. Go ahead and turn it the other way.
Like, watch this.
All the way?
Watch this.
Yeah,
steering.
right here, right there.
Yeah, it's not-
That's the stop.
It's not hitting.
Is there one? Yeah, there's one on the backside.
Yeah. But it's not hitting. So I think it's just on the steering gear.
You're just running out.
Yeah, I think you're just running out of movement.
Okay, so turn it full driver. All right, you're hitting this stop on this side. So turn,
Passenger?
turn full passenger. See if that hits.
Nope.
So that's
Out by about ½ inch.
okay. So I wonder if we can turn that bolt.
So that it hits.
Or it hits,
Yeah.
On the passenger side?
Well, we're gonna turn passenger side and the driver again.
Yeah, just keep it right here. I'm just gonna grab a wrench and spin it out back there.
This side either has a weld or dirt.
What?
The steering stop bolt. No, weld wrong.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, they tacked it on.
Partridge? Sorry.
Grab onto the bolt, just turn it off. Again, you'll take the whole thing out. The nut will come with it. It's a bolt and a nut.
I see. I see.
It was a box end. Don't use open ends. Machines open up. Okay. Now is he hitting?
Back it. Go back a little bit and then come back now. Yeah.
All right.
You can shake this down.
Go full passenger.
Okay, so 1, 2, still 2.5.
Okay, so I think it's on the gear in front.
Yeah.
Okay. So we just gotta shake this down a bit.
Yeah. Let's shave that down. See how this side is notched?
Yeah.
That's how this is.
Oh.
What's notched?
No, swing bar mount.
Okay.
That's how it is. No, this.
Yeah, over here we're hitting
Well, no, we're hitting more of the spring friction.
right here.
Yeah.
That little bit.
And
So it wasn't even hitting these.
it wasn't hitting stock, I'm sure.
I mean, it wasn't hitting these stops.
No. Well, passenger side was.
Oh, it's passenger side, but it's just stopped at the steering gear. Yeah.
So what I'd like to do is get different bolts and new nuts, set it, and then put a tack on it like they did factory, but now with it correctly. because it's not that big of a deal. Not hitting stops on surface streets,
Right,
but you get up against a rock,
Right.
it'll break your sector shaft.
The sector shaft is what's inside the gearbox.
Yep.
Okay.
That's when all of a sudden your pivot arm's just hanging because what the pivot arm bolted to broke inside the box.
Didn't know what a sector shaft was.
Yep. And that puts you. I mean, you're done. There's.
Yeah.
Go get another steering box because you're ain't down. What does Deadpool say? Maximum effort with minimal results or something like that.
Alright, that's right now. The full driver.
Okay.
So why is okay? Go full passenger.
Okay.
Maybe the pipe pressure. I'm gonna lengthen this.
Because by adjusting that, we might actually be adjusting this.
That's what I'm thinking.
Stop again, and that would once it hits both stops on full lock, that means it's at factory.
Right. Okay, so you're in.
Full, yeah, let's go full passenger, and then at full passenger, you can adjust this until we're hitting the. All right, yeah, quarter inch. Almost there. Done. Two more turns. Right there.
Turn it where you think is straight. Yeah.
So turn the steering wheel to where the steering wheel is
Yeah.
straight. So that would be straight on the steering wheel.
Okay. All right. Let's get these things aligned. All right. We are at 63 11/16. Thinking great 11/16 here.
Thank you for your good eyes.
No worries. And we're at dead on 63 here. So we almost have an inch. We have 11/16 of an inch out.
So this bar has to get shorter.
Way shorter.
Let's go longer there.
All right, stop for a second. 63 and 9/16 and 63. Five sixteenths. So 9/16, 5/16. All right, 4/16 toe in. That's 1/8 or 1/8 toe in.
Which is where we want it.
Yeah. Okay.
Is between 1/8 and 1/16.
Yeah. And we're at 1/8 right now.
Okay. See if we can get three in between 8 and
60, looking now 63. 5/16. 63. 63 and 9/16.
that had to have changed.
9/16 and 5/16. Okay, so now it's just a little bit less than it's
3/16.
yes, 3/16 of toe in.
Perfect.
Okay, should we buzz all these tight?
Yeah.
Lock goes down.
Yeah.
focus on this.
Okay, so now our toe is correct.
Yes, that was correct.
We'll recheck since we
Yeah.
took it over.
Let's see. All right, we're at 63 and 5/16 here.
Okay, so
63 and
9/16.
9/16.
Okay.
Yeah, it hasn't changed. Stop. That looks pretty good.
Okay. Well, this will be a drive and
Right.
Yeah.
you'll feel, and then we'll straighten it out, and then
Testing too.
do it again.
All the way right?
Okay, my clamp's good. And I'll move my headish. All right, go the other way.
All the way left.
Clear. Everything good?
Yeah.
Okay, go back.
And then center-ish.
All right, so now the steering stabilizer bracket.
So I'm not sure, because see, I can see a gap.
Does this look bent to you, Gabe?
Yeah.
With the Jeep, or is that throwing us off?
No, that bracket's bent a little bit.
This one's, I know this one's twisted. You can just look at the pan,
Oh yeah. hmm
and the pan is up.
Yeah, I think they're both twisted a little bit.
Yeah, we gotta drive the bushy out of the shock.
You live on bushing?
It's different. This is basically the bushy. Yeah. Gabe, you want to take off the shock?
Sure. There we go.
So just barely open the vise. No? You just want the rubber to be on the vise,
Okay.
and then you're gonna drift that out.
Rubber's on the vise. Okay, and why do we do this?
Because the
The mount is actually the sleeve.
Oh.
now the stud.
Oh, okay. So this was too small for the
Right.
stud. Oh, okay.
Right, so the mount will just slide right into that.
I see. So their mount is on the bolt itself. I see.
So now you have that much less play in it.
Right. Okay. So this bolt takes over what this sleeve did.
Yeah.
You learn something new every day. Got 3/4 here on impact.
That does.
And then
I did the big stud here.
that was also on the bottom 16 side to me.
I think I need like little.
Yeah, they had 9/16 I think.
All right, turn it full driver.
That is full driver, full passenger.
Yeah, full.
Full passenger.
Yeah, I see little gaps. I don't think the shock wired out. So we should be able to stop over here, right?
Yeah. Go full driver.
Yeah. Yeah, he was on stop.
You don't stop here.
Sweet. Okay. Let's psych out for 3/4.
11/16. Here you go.
And then we need to put the nut. Bolt
Yeah.
in, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we're at 63 and 5/16 here.
Is that what it was before?
Yep.
Okay.
And 63 and 9/16 here. Yeah, same.
So it didn't change.
Didn't change.
Okay.
But good to double check.
Yeah, I just didn't, just stupid numbers bouncing in my head.
It's always better to question than not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Not extremely tight, but tight enough to where you can't skip it. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
But if I have one here.
I hit it with a hammer.
Oh, in there. Oh.
That one and then just one.
Send?
Yeah. Those are hot.
Three or 4 months.
Okay, 4. I'm flying around the people on top, on both sides, and eat. I thought that was shit one.
Oh, yeah.
Before I go in, I dig all out and cauterize it.
Good.
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
Cauterize it. I don't know how.
Ain't no more gap in there.
I wonder if we should
Just bend it back a little bit.
take the weld and put a bead there.
That's probably a good idea.
This is what it is at this point.
Just give it a little extra strength.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it all straight now?
Yeah,
I'm
that's
straight now, but I'm thinking about putting a little bead. How it opened up. If I put a bead down that,
That'll straighten it.
it'll strengthen it and not be able to.
I can get the other side started to heat up.
Nothing.
It's moving a little bit.
I see it flexing, but I don't see it bending.
Yeah, I did a little something.
Go hard. Go hard. Go home. Yeah, that's good.
Well, as you can see, we're
A little dirty today.
dirty. So we finished the A-arms. I know we kind of showed you guys up to that point. We took it out for a couple test drives, and then we adjusted as much as we could, and then he took it to an alignment shop. And then after they got done messing it up, they took it to another alignment shop. So he switched out the bushings that were bad. He switched out ball joints, wheel bearings, track bars.
Track bars, rear brakes, shocks, new. Back in March, I put new steering linkage on it, and we just got done today putting Rock Jock correct link on it because the steering linkage they sold me was wrong.
So that's what we did today. So that's why we're dirty today. His front axle was off about an inch, about a little bit, 3/4 of an inch or something like that.
was off an inch.
So we brought the axle back to center. When we took off the castle nut was completely stripped off. It was all bad. The steering stabilizer
Right,
bolt was
Was-
hitting your old linkage.
right. The steering stabilizer bolt on the Y was the wrong bolt that they had installed.
So that was hitting.
No. So the steering stabilizer on the linkage side, the bolt was too small for the hole in the linkage, And then the steering linkage itself, the tie rod, was dragging across the lower bolt for the steering stabilizer and creating a groove in the new steering before we got the.
And it was all over the road.
Yeah.
Oh, the alignment was also 5/8 of an inch too wide.
Right.
It was towed out 5/8 of an inch.
Yep.
So it's supposed to be basically at 1/8 of an inch, 16th to 1/8 of an inch. Right? That's
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it was. So he was out here. So he couldn't drive it on the freeway. It was wandering all over the road. And now this is an alignment shop. These two shops should know what they're doing when they're aligning a vehicle.
Yeah. So the first shop was a 1/2 inch toe in, and then the next shop was out, and then still wandering issues even after we replaced all the suspension stuff. The only thing we haven't touched are the springs. It's the only thing that hasn't been replaced on here.
But the springs shouldn't.
No.
The springs have nothing to do with how the axle rides.
But all the alignment shops would be, hey, we got it aligned. I'm like, okay, but the steering wheel is off. Well, if I straighten the steering wheel, it'll throw the alignment off. I'm like, what?
You just paid for them to do an alignment. So
Yeah.
the steering wheel should be first thing they check.
Yeah. So and then I'll take it back. Say, hey, the track bar, can we center that axle? Well, if I do that, it's gonna throw the alignment off, and I don't want to mess with the alignment. I've got that done. Just like
Well, these newer shops, it's like they don't want to work or they don't know what's
well, they just do what the computer tells them to do.
okay. See, I've never dealt with computers. I'm old school tape measure,
Yeah.
and it seems to work almost every time.
Yeah. Yeah. So, especially going to a couple of them that were, some of the older guys, probably in their, 40s or not, or, probably late 40s, early 50s. I kind of expected a little better than what I received.
Right.
But, you in your 20s, you can knock this out pretty good.
Now, you also got shocks installed that were upside down.
Right. The rear shocks were installed upside down.
So I've never heard of this. Maybe you guys have. Put it down in the comments below if you have heard about this. But it's shocks that can only go on one way. The valving only works if the shock is either body up or body down. So he got shocks installed. I'll let you tell the story. He tells it good.
Well, so they put the shocks on. The old shocks had the body at the top of the and the shaft came down below. So when they replaced the shocks, they just put it back on the same way that it came off. Picked it up, and Jeep kind of like bounced a little bit going down the road, and I'm like, well, they're new. Maybe they need to,
It felt like
break
no
in or
shocks.
something. And a couple days later, go over a speed bump, and the Jeep would just like, and so I called the company, and I'm like, what's the, orientation of your shocks? Is it the body up or the body down? He's it's always the body down on ours. And he goes, probably when you turned them upside down, the nitrogen and the oil mixed and didn't stay separate. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't know.
So they ruined, or
No.
you just had to flip it back over?
Just had to flip them back over and give it, 3 or 4 days for it to separate.
Okay.
Works fine now.
I never heard of shocks like that. So I learned something new. What else is wrong? There's stuff wrong.
The transmission lines, had new transmission lines from the transmission to the cooler put on, because I had crimped a line at some point a couple years ago, and Rick and I cut it off, and we put a hose on a barb into the cooler. So I bought new lines and had those installed. And they didn't put the quick connect into the cooler. They just ran a hose, another flexible hose up the line, clamped it, put it on the barb and clamped it. But by doing that, when Rick and I did it, we cut off a section of the tubing, so the other line wouldn't kink. They put it on. They just put the tube back on, and the flexible line kinked. There was just too much pushing it back. So I got that put on. That was another no cost, but it was, hey, how come you didn't do this?
Right.
Oh, well,
At least see it and think about it.
You know, oh, if you want it done, just bring it in. I'm like, well, but you already had it.
Right. And this is your daily driver. This is something you can't just so, oh, I got another vehicle, no big deal.
Right.
This is it. So every time you got to take it someplace, it's another day being stuck at the shop waiting for or whatever.
And I don't fit into every Uber.
Yeah. So the arms that we did the video on was a success. Everything went smooth on that. He didn't have to change anything on that. The track bar we got new. Now we just readjusted that. They took the adjuster and they screwed the adjuster all the way in tight and then ran out the tie rod end way out to the outside edge instead of bringing out the adjuster and making it centered and then bringing this in and center. So now you have adjustment. So what they did is they just ran that adjuster all the way in, and I'll show you guys that in a minute. They ran that all the way in, and then you couldn't adjust it. There was no adjustment on it. So just, I guess what it is mechanics that don't understand aftermarket Jeep stuff, because this is kind of known in the Jeeps now.
Right.
So you would think, if you're going to touch a Jeep, know a Jeep.
Right.
So, all right, I'm going to grab the camera and kind of take you guys for a walk around, kind of show you all the stuff that we did. And hopefully it'll be good on the freeway.
I hope so.
You got an hour drive to check it.
Okay, so this was the new linkage that was put on in March. And you can see where it's already cut a groove in the top of this joint. And that was rubbing against the stabilizer bolt.
Either stabilizer bolt, or it might have been your track bolt. One of them, the heads are kind of rounded out. I think it was your stabilizer bolt.
Okay.
Though. Okay, and we think this might be out of a YJ or not
WJ.
So they might have taken a WJ steering. Now, I don't know if it's the same. A WJ is a kind of a crossover. I know they use a lot of it for the XJ stuff, but I don't know on an LJ if it's all the same.
No.
So maybe that's why that was hitting, is because it wasn't designed for that type of clearance. So that's one of the problems. So let's see. This is his new beefy steering arm from Rock Jock. So that's the tie rod. It's kind of a weird crossover link. It's called a Y-link, I think it's called.
Correct link.
Correct link. Okay. So it doesn't, crossovers normally, like newer Jeeps, go from the pitman arm, which is right there, and they go all the way across to the spindle. And then from the spindle, there's a tie rod bar that goes all the way over to the other side. On this setup, it goes halfway. It comes right here to a pivot point, and then from there, it goes up to that side. So Rock Jock gives you a new steering stabilizer mount that hooks onto the bar with U-bolts, and then that goes to that. And you can see, I think, it might be better to be up here. Sorry if I'm making you guys sick, but this bolt here is what that was rubbing on. So it kind of rounded off the heads a little bit. Not bad, but enough to where, you could see it rubbing. So that's not good. Okay, so then we go further under. And then these are the arms installed. So that's the arm. That's the upper arm. That's the lower arm. And these things are really beefy, as we talked about earlier in the video. And he did replace, can I get you to see it? Yep. He did replace these bushings on top of the axle. Remember how those were worn out? He replaced both of those. Or at least he paid to have it done. Whether they did it or not, it's a different story. So those are done. And I wish I could say that, after doing this, it's been driving great, because everything he's done since has just been a nightmare. Let me crawl under here. And there's the upper lower, the upper rear. There's the lower. There's the other lower, and you can't see the upper. So as you can see, we threw everything at it. We can't really tell if the bars that we did, the link bars, if those made a difference or not, because everything else has been wrong. And then every single mechanic that has touched it has done something different to it. So he hasn't been able to really say, okay, these made a difference, these didn't, because everything else has been touched.
Right.
And going to mechanics that really, it makes me upset.
They don't have a passion. It's just a job.
Yeah, but even just a job, thank goodness they're not doctors.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was just kind of a job, and it's not really, I'm not going to worry about making sure that it's, 100%. As long as I can get it to 90, 95%, I'm good,
And I know alignment, when they do it by the machine, they're looking at a number that is factory spec,
Right.
which this Jeep is no longer factory.
Right.
The manufacturers tell you of these aftermarket parts, the manufacturers say, your toe needs to be this. Your caster needs to be this. So when we go to them and say, look, this is what I need, they just...
Most of them look at it and go, you know what? I can't go anything past, what's required by the manufacturer. And I think that a lot of that's got to do with liability issues. But
So basically, when you do an aftermarket suspension, you're on your own for alignment. I mean,
right, unless you take it to you or a Jeep shop
that only deals with Jeeps,
right?
Because then an off-road shop is going to go, okay, this is what you have to do,
right?
So I mean, maybe that's a lesson we're learning here: is if you have a Jeep with aftermarket parts, you can't take it to just a regular alignment shop.
Right.
You're going to have to go to a specialty shop. So, I mean, we're hoping he does have an hour to drive home. So in this hour, I'm pretty sure he'll be able to know what's going on. It was tracking all over the place. I don't think you had bump steer since.
No.
So
No.
the bump steer might be fixed.
Right. And since we took it on the test drive, we went over some rough sections. We had some turbulence. A little buffering by the wind. It wasn't like having to chase it. Held pretty straight. Yeah, a little bit, but that's to be expected in a Jeep. But nothing like it was even on the drive up here this morning.
It was out of control.
Yeah,
I mean, right at that border.
Yeah, right at that border.
If you were a new driver, it would have been scary.
Right.
Okay. So you're basically driving the vehicle, whereas you want the vehicle to drive itself.
Right.
So it was no Tesla.
Nope.
So, I mean, when you do put aftermarket tires on it, you do expect some grabbing. You expect a little bit here and there, but not, we need to make it to where you're not white knuckling every time you drive the vehicle, because then why have it? If it's strictly an off-road vehicle, you need your vehicle to work.
Right.
I mean, enjoy it. It's a Jeep. You're supposed to enjoy the vehicle.
Yep, we'll find out today. If I enjoy it on the way home.
So he will call me when he gets home, and I'll let you guys know how it worked.
I'll tell him if I'm buying a for sale sign or buying a,
Well, we just buy a JK suspension and we drop. Even JKs are terrible. Wait, who am I kidding? It's Jeep. So, all right. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. That really helps us out. We need to get our numbers up as high as we can. We're trying to get to at least 1,000 subscribers by December. So that gives you guys some time to think about it. It's free. It's totally free. You don't have to pay for it. If you don't want to subscribe, you can always unsubscribe later. But it helps us out. We really appreciate you guys watching. So thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you on the next adventure. Where do we go now?
Don't know.
All right.